this journey of becoming who you are. To be free in each moment, to be yourself, to let go of the judgments of others, to express yourself authentically, to walk onto your path, to trust yourself in each moment. It has to begin with acceptance. Acceptance of you, all of you, especially those bits. A radical acceptance of what it is to be a human in this realm. Yeah, you've got your connection to your creator. Yes, you are a soul. Yes, you are a human. Yes, you have addictive tendencies. Yes, you can feel all emotions. Yes, you have a cock and balls and a sexual nature. If we're hating or running away from parts of ourselves, suppressing parts of ourselves, we can move ourselves into a false path. Life is weirder than we think, and weirder than the internet tends to make it. And you can be there by yourself going, holy shit, I can't believe I'm here. This is okay. This is the part of being a man. You could feel all of the things within a 24-hour period. Can you accept them? Can you have a healthy level of detachment from your wins and your losses? Can you sit back and have a little giggle at yourself for the fascination of how interesting this life is? This journey begins at radical self-acceptance. I blindly stumbled as a fool into freedom. Then I shamed it all. Then I programmed myself. Then I conditioned it all. Then I ran away from the things that got me there. After a couple of years of pushing against my nature, doing all the right things, becoming so weak, I remember looking in the mirror and was just like, yuck, what are you doing? This is not you. You've tasted you before. But I feel dirty, but I feel shame about parts of myself. Let it out. There's this wild man within us all that has been, I don't know, beaten to a pulp. And you can see it in like the mainstream sphere when I see masculine men who've touched all the edges and they're flipping a bit into the wilding, and how much they'll get judged from dudes who haven't touched the instinct. Because when I see powerful dudes maybe falling from grace, I'm like, bro, I hope you get it back. Like, we wish them the best because we've touched parts of ourselves that are murky. That genius insanity tightrope. That's where the mystic walks. The schizophrenic drowns in the same waters that the mystic swims. These dudes with great creation energies have great sexual energies, often can lead them down paths. If they run away from it, they can purify all of it, but they just feel this lack. Their creation drops. I did that too. In that stage of purification, my creativity levels, my lack of decisiveness, and what is most scary about dudes who cut themselves off from the sexual act is that courage, but it also opens you up to the programming of the world. You feel very indecisive in yourself, and if you're in the wrong groups, you're taking in the programming of everyone, and you're not able to just cut through it. I'm glad I got it back before COVID, and I cut through it and then found my voice. This path of becoming who you are is who you are. It's not how they got there, how they got there, how they got there. You're using what you want from different things, but at the end of the day, there's an inner voice within you that is making the judgments. You will make mistakes, and let yourself. If there's parts of you that you hate or you're running away from, or you're putting all of your energy to try fix this part of yourself before you can let yourself be yourself, look at that. Look at that. Can you accept you for how you are? There's going to be phases. It feels like there's a wild phase going on with a few of my friends. And I just saw what Kanye was doing on Twitter. That there's like this wilding right now. And there's a temperament in me, like, I need to cut myself off from everything. And it's like, oh, that's that pendulum swing. Accept where it is. Every day is anew. Every moment is anew. A lot of the times I've been like, oh, I'm touching some edges here. Let's say it's like coffee and cigarettes. And I'm like, oh, I should. Then there's just like something happens in life. There's like an evolution of consciousness. There's new relationships. There's a move. There's a thing. And then I'm like, oh, I'm not even doing that anymore. It drops. I let it. We have behavior patterns and temperaments pulling us in different ways. We are human beings with a cock and balls with a sexual impulse. I worry about the semen retaining guys and carrying that shame and using that semen retention as a crutch to run away from what it is to be them. If you're not doing that and you have touched your edges and sexually liberated and you use that as a practice, it's awesome. As I've said many times, the beauty of semen retention comes through that relationship where you can take that to a next level. The shame and the fears can orchestrate our life in a way that is not ours. And the decisions we've made that are made in fear often don't reap the rewards. Stepping into the unknown is an act of faith and courage, which you will be rewarded for. For me, I struggle to sit down and rope learn things. I'm like, what's the point of this? But when there's an impulse, when there's an epiphany, when there's an inspiration, I will step into the unknown and trust that this will work out, and I will learn all the things through the periphery. I was lucky enough to do that in Canada in my mid-20s and taking jobs that I had no idea about and having a mentor that believed in me. For the first time in my life in a professional setting, I had a man who believed in me, which made me believe in me, and then tap into some bigger faith stuff. Like there is something guiding me. Same as when I looked after my dad, knowing nothing about the death process, knowing nothing about the thing. I could look everything up or research or ask, but I'm asking normies. I'm asking normies how to do stuff. When I just go, all right, this is me with all of me, and I trust I can do this. This is where the magic has always happened for me. And this is where I see I'm talking to a lot more business dudes at the moment who are intuiting that there's something extra because they've lived their path through an efficiency that has led them to have great bodies and heaps of money. But there's this other mystical part of themselves that doesn't require the mind and moving into spontaneity and intuition through just that, not through what can this give me. There's a lot of magic in this life that I don't have the words for, and I like it that way. That it's good to have goals and where we want to head, but understand the path of getting there is going to be way more different, and lo and behold, you'll probably get further than all of your dreams if you can accept yourself. Accept you as you are. Yeah, but I'll get angry, or I'm scared yes, you are scared, you will. This is why it rigidifies. You are scared, you will, and it's okay. Move towards it. Make friends with it. Give yourself the trust that you trust yourself to be yourself. Because if we're running away from us, we're hurting our energy. The lack of authenticity in this information overload age is filling the minds of people on the way we think we should be. The artists, the creatives, the visionaries, it's all through them trusting their self to move into the unknown. And if you look at their self-help development life of these dudes, these eccentrics, these people who have really made a change, it doesn't look like the self-help world. The self-help world is great for the normies to go to 9 to 5 work and get through it by doing all the things. You grab what you need. You'll have moments of discipline. You'll have moments of, fuck it, I'm going to do what I want. And the fuck it, I can do what I want will set you free. But if you follow it to nihilism, it'll break you. This is the beauty of life. Everything swings between medicine and poison. And for me, it's that integrative path, trusting myself to feel my edges and finding that shade within the middle. Please give yourself the permission to be yourself. All the dudes I talk to aren't harming anyone at all, not even in their sphere. Just themselves, just themselves. A lot of dudes would be like, yeah, but I've got this, or this happened to me. We've all had a thing, you know? It's not to play the trauma Olympics or whatever's happened or our suffering, but as a man now, you have the awareness to understand that you have a mummy wound. It's not going to resolve at home with an epiphany. It resolves through you feeling that in the moment in your people pleaser stuff, taking a new action and writing a whole new destiny for you. And all of that healing work will just get left behind. I'm noticing when those moments come up that a guy's flipping and beating himself up really bad. Take it as a moment of opportunity. This world is infinite opportunities. And the belief you have of the world will also affect how you be. I've always thought it's this great place of opportunities, especially when I left Australia at 24. I was like, wow, there's a whole world here and I got no idea what is up. I'm going to follow that, granted with beginner's luck. Found myself, lost myself, and then developed that healthy level of like, this is all I am. I'm not trying to be enlightened. You're the type of guy who's going to evolve. This isn't the thing about self-acceptance, like, fuck it, I do what I want, I do nothing. There's an impulse inside you that wants to grow, that wants to express, that wants to create. Also linked to our sexual energy. As Napoleon Hill said about those dudes who became successful at 40, he didn't say they were semen retainers. He said they had a big sexual drive, and then they had a partner, and then it went into them. Our expression, our creation energy, our humanness is important to have remedy there. If you're wanting to go into that higher forms of you, which you call higher, that's awesome. If we're negating or hating or rejecting or suppressing parts of ourselves, it's making it a lot harder. The boss dudes aren't coming on here to share all their deepest, darkest shadows and all the shit they've gone into. And it doesn't need to be done. But there's just a feeling within them that they've gone through it. That they've lived a life of adventure. And it's their ability to not shame themselves for being human and embrace their authenticity that comes through. Your path is yours. This life can be magic. But that you feel the magic through your energy flow, and that comes through your authentic expression and you being you. And you will be rewarded in all that other stuff as well. Acceptance for where you're at. Not accepting reality is suffering. Underneath pain can be a big laugh. And awareness of the cosmic joke. Talk soon.